On tonight, I've got a couple guest speakers that came up. I'll introduce those folks shortly. But just give you a heads up here what we're doing. Basically, we're just trying to get information out to people. Apex Clean Energy is the big company that's out here, plus the Sustainable Power Group just showed up. They purchased a project from a company called Exelon, which was part of John Deere Renewable Energy. Their project is called Seneca Wind Farm. It sits in this area. They have filed for up to 70 turbines. It's in the power siting board right now, but they haven't completely finished with everything. As far as Republic Wind goes, which is the Apex project, they filed for up to 58 turbines. Power siting board has just approved that, and it's going into the next phase. We're waiting to see if they pay their application fee. So other projects Apex has in mind is a Honey Creek project, which is going to be in this area as well. Emerson North, Emerson Creek, Emerson West, and we've even seen an Emerson South. But the latest map that we've seen, they're going to go as far north as State Route 20, as far east as Route 99. They're going to be just on the north side of Willard, and then they're extending all the way to the west, pretty much to State Route 101 towards Green Springs. So when you really think about it, this whole area is going to be covered with these turbines. And as far as I'm concerned, this area here is going to be a test bed for, some of these larger models, because Apex has about 3 or 4 different models that they've proposed, and one we think they're going to do is this 591-foot tall Vestas model. So to give you an idea on how tall that is, the Davis-Besse cooling tower is in the neighborhood of 490-something feet, and the Washington Monument is 555 feet. So if you get an idea on those two large-scale structures, that's what you're going to be seeing around your house. Now, I'm hearing horror stories of people down in this area that they're going to have 7 turbines around their homes. Currently, the state has a law that turbines have to be set back from your property line 1,125 feet. Some of the proposed changes, it's called the Dolan Bill, and that just got rolled into a bill called Substitute HB 114. And they would like to change the setbacks to be able to measure not from your property line, but the nearest habitable residential structure. So in the case of Republic Wind, with the 591-foot turbines, that's measured 1,225 feet from the outside of your house plus blade length. So on their maps that are on the power siting board, you're looking at 1,449.5 feet. That's going to be the closest that thing could be to your house. From the property line, it's a 1.2 times the height of the turbine as measured from the base. So in the case of Republic Wind, you're looking at 709 feet roughly. So that's not something I want in my backyard. I'm sorry, but this area at night, you got crickets. They're talking, in the sound studies that I've seen on the Power Siting Board's website, people could be experiencing sound as high as 40-something decibels. So, that's not something we're used to hearing out here. So we're hoping through everybody getting educated on this, and what we're trying to get out to people is our 2 main concerns are, 1, let's get the setbacks changed so that way they're safe, and 2, we have a right to a vote. The State Power Siting Board right now can rubber stamp this thing. They can rubber stamp this thing. I could have this whole building filled up with everybody. Every single politician could be on our side, but the Power Siting Board could rubber stamp this thing and put it through. And that's not right. So, and that's not the way our government's set up, and like I said, we deserve the right for a vote. So one of the things we're looking at is that we've got some senators out in the western part of the state that have proposed to give us the opportunity for that vote. It's called the McCulley Compromise. They're hoping to attach this to this SB 114 bill. If they start having hearings for it in the fall, I'm hoping that everybody will get the chance to speak and be heard, and they can make sure all the parties get what they want, and us to get that vote. So we'll see how that turns out, but the commissioners will end up starting off with the vote, and then we will have a right to, if they were to say vote yes, we could get, say, 8% of the affected townships to override that vote, and then we could get this thing shut down. But, it's going to be a lot of work, but I think with the amount of faces here tonight and what we've got going on with petitions right now, that shouldn't be a really tough chore for us to do. So we've already started kind of working on all of that. Anyway, our let's see here. Two guest speakers tonight. I have Kevin Martis. He's a senior policy fellow at the Energy and Environmental Legal Institute in Washington, D.C. And he is also the founding director of the Interstate Informed Citizens Coalition in Blissfield, Michigan. His group's a nonprofit group. They seek to protect utility ratepayers from economic harm and rural landowners from zoning abuse. He does a lot of lectures, including equitable wind energy zoning across the Midwest, and he regularly testifies in the economics of renewable energy in both Michigan and Ohio state houses. And Kevin is here tonight as a volunteer, just like the rest of us, so we're hoping to get some good information from him. Also speaking, we have Sam Randazzo, who's a partner in a law firm in Columbus, and he deals a lot with public utilities, and he should be able to get us some good information as well. But real quick, I forgot to mention, just in our group, we're all volunteer, we're a grassroots group, so anybody's welcome to come on board. We can use the help. Group's going, we're up over 200 people, we're on Facebook. We've got plenty of visibility out there. Obviously with the signs, you can't turn down a road without seeing a sign.
Right. Good.
Traveling banners, 4x6 banners, we just got these. Anybody willing to, if you want to buy one, you're welcome to buy one. We can get you one printed. If not, you can host one. There's no charge for that. Let us know. One of the guys in our group handles a lot of that. He can hook you up and we can get you on the list. So those are going to be going around through the summer. Basically, we were going to be doing a lot of door-to-door this summer and kind of getting the information out. We want to specifically start hitting on Huron County because they're out there actively signing land leases right now with people. And one of the things I wanted to bring up is these good neighbor agreements. And what that is, to the guy that has 5 acres or 10 acres, okay, and then your property abuts up to a farmer that's got 500 acres, the wind developer may not be able to put the turbines up because your property's there. So they're going to send somebody local probably, that's well known in the community. He's likely to knock on your door. He's going to offer what's called a good neighbor agreement, or however else they want to call it. Once you sign this thing, you're locked in. The document that I've seen, you are locked in for 7 years. If they do not build this project out, then the document is void. It's null. After that time though, or before that time, if they do build, now it becomes a 35-year agreement. And that thing will apply to any developer that comes in. And just because there's no turbine after this project's done doesn't mean they could build another one later on or repower an existing one. And now you got a turbine that might have been 3 megawatts is now up to 5 megawatts with bigger blades because it got repowered. So that just depends on how that goes. But, you know, they're offering money anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a year for these good neighbor agreements. I don't think it's worth it. You're going to be accepting all of the problems that come with this, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Shadow flicker, noise, anything like that, you're not going to be able to do anything about it. And, you know, they've called us fear mongers here lately. That's fine. We get our information from their documents. They have it right in there. Shadow flicker, trespass zoning, you name it. It's in these documents, the noise. So I mean, if we're fear mongers, then why is their documents, everything all hush-hush and hidden? Because they don't want to divulge a lot of information. But it's on the Power Setting Board's website. You're welcome to get on there and look at it. So, and the other thing I wanted to talk about here real quick is the production tax credit. Right now we're in a 60% year. Next year it's 40. I believe after that then it is done. These developers are racing to get this production tax credit. That is the economic stimulus for them. Probably they don't have enough money really to get this thing fired up right now. They want to get the leases, they want to get this approved through the state, and then once that's all done and they've locked in, they'll be able to fall under the start construction clause if they say order a turbine or something, and then they could wait a few more years and then finally develop this thing. Once they're locked in, the money's going to start rolling in. They're claiming Seneca and Sandusky County are going to be getting $1.8 million. Now Sandusky County will be getting, of the 58 turbines, there's 4 up there, so they'll get some of that money, and then Seneca will get the rest. That's a drop in the bucket. I was doing the math using a formula for the production tax credit, and you're looking at $101 million over 10 years they're going to be getting just off of our tax dollars. So I mean, I'll be glad to give that formula to anybody who wants it. But that's a lot of money. So what we're getting in return is nothing. And a lot of the farmers that are getting paid, they're not getting that much. And a lot of these people are absentee landowners, so I mean, they're gonna get checks and it's gonna be on our backs. So that's unacceptable. But I'm gonna turn it over to Deb Hay real quick. She's also helping me here with the group, and I couldn't have pulled this thing off tonight without her. So real quick hand here for Deb.
I asked this before. How many people in here, raise your hand, if you're concerned about wind turbines? Okay. How many people in here are in a proposed wind project and will be living within a proposed wind turbine by a mile? Raise your hands. And unfortunately, in Ohio, we don't have transparency in our regulation that allows the safety and operating manuals of these turbines to be submitted to the Ohio Power Sitting Board. Other states do require that. Other townships and counties in other states do require that. And oftentimes, those operating and safety manuals require a setback of 1,600 to 1,800 feet. But we're not allowed to know that because in Ohio, it's considered a trade secret.